November 15th, 2015. Status quo. Our train from Munich to Budapest this morning was cancelled, so I'm seat hopping around this railjet coming from Vienna. Why did we end up in Vienna, you may ask? Well, it's because none of us had ever been to Austria, and we wanted to add it to our list of countries. I keep having to move around because all the seats are reserved, but at least the man sitting next to me is really cool. He's teaching me German, and I'm correcting his English book that tells him chemist is a synonym for pharmacist, and explaining that if he asks anybody in the States to help him find the nearest chemist, he would be surprised where he may end up. And if you had told me a year ago that this is where I would be at this time, I wouldn't have believed you. Maybe I'm not where I planned to go, but right now I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. October 23rd, 2015. I'm sitting in the library facing my new German friend Lasser, who is a full-time student at the American College of Thessaloniki, when he looks at me and puts everything into perspective. With a grin and through a thick accent, he chuckles. Let me make sure I'm clear on all of this story. You've never been to proper uni in your country of origin. You've never been to Europe before. You've never been away from your family for more than a week. You don't speak a word of Greek, and you decided to do your very first semester in Greece with a bunch of strangers? I laugh and reply, well, when you put it that way, yeah, I did, and I'm pretty sure it changed my life. October 17th. There are more slaves in the world today than ever before. These human beings are trafficked and forced to work in the sex industry. Greece has some of the highest rates of sex trafficking in the world. Are you mad? You should be. Today, I participated in the Walk for Freedom and handed out flyers explaining how the black duct tape represented the silence of those being trafficked, and how the demonstration had real purpose, because you don't have to speak the same language fluently to care about other citizens of the world. I'm so grateful that my global experience class's theme was awareness, because that meant I got to cross over language barriers through simply emotional understanding. Another project we had was sending get well cards to those living with breast cancer. It didn't hit me how awesome it really was until I was handed the paper of phrases to write to the patients in Greek. Language barriers couldn't stop us from spreading light. November 8th. I'm back on the ground after a 2-day hike up Mount Olympus. I wish I could capture in words the beauty of standing at the summit of the gods. The air was thin and cold, but I got to the top and looked down at the clouds. I had brought a wind chime from my hometown called a Ben's Bell with me on the hike and hung it at the top in a small church because it shows love and support for those it touches. A little piece of home to me now acts as a housewarming gift to the gods. It was surreal. I kept stopping to look at the extraordinary sights around me and am constantly in awe of the beauty that is Greece. One moment I'm scuba diving, the next I'm reaching new elevations. One moment I'm looking at a double rainbow beneath a waterfall in Edessa, the next I'm lounging in the natural hot springs of Pozar. I journey through this country constantly in motion, constantly impressed, and constantly humbled by the natural beauty I'm shown. October 14th. The 3 best friends I've made here sit with me at the end of the boardwalk. Where we are in the port, we can see the most quintessential view of Thessaloniki. The city has a juxtaposition of structures from 303 BC, the water, the mountains in the distance, the hustle and bustle of modern-day life, and yet it all coexists in harmony. Landslide shuffles on, and the 4 of us begin to sing. It has been a stressful week balancing travel and study, and some things didn't go according to plan. But here's a lesson I've learned this semester. Be patient, and everything will work itself out in time. Continue to live as if everything is an adventure, because it is. October 6th. I'm in the process of figuring out how to use Eurail. What other students get to learn as many travel skills as we do through this program? October 5th. This weekend in Halkidiki has been absolutely beautiful. We took a boat tour of the monasteries and spent 24 hours on the beach. It's funny being in a group of people you've known for 3 weeks, but you already can call your family. Oh, and our hotel has been playing a massive game of Assassins. September 29th. My goal here is, and I believe for the rest of my life will be, to be amazed by something every single day. Simply letting things fall into place has been the way I've found incredible experiences here so far. Why stop now? September 26th. How am I so incredibly lucky to be here? We rented ATVs and whipped around Santorini, and I feel so alive. I couldn't believe the views through the city, and later in the day, we enjoyed the most incredible lamb, and the 4 of us admitted how grateful we were to be together in that moment and in this semester. Earlier in the day, a man from the Czech Republic offered us a drink his grandfather had actually made. It truly touched me how a stranger would share something so precious with foreigners he had just met. But hey, that's all part of the hospitality and the culture. September 22nd. Learning a language is completely different when you're starting with a new alphabet. I have a renewed respect for people beginning their lives in a new country. September 18th. The Greek people are so loving and warm. They may be in an economic crisis, but they won't let us pay for food or drink they offer, or even a glass that we broke. They also love when we practice our Greek with them, and they truly are beautiful people. September 15th. I think I'm really going to like it here.
Yeah!
Oh